Really good to have you here. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Inspire and Connect set. We really appreciate your time. Kaushik, tell me a little bit about Spiro. Tell me a little bit about what you do. You're doing some really innovative stuff. Talk me through how it's expanded and what are the plans.
So the genesis of Spiro was with a higher purpose of providing affordable and cleaner mobility, electric mobility in the masses, to the masses of Africa. Without affordable and clean mobility solutions, it leads to financial exclusion. So Spiro spawned out of Benin and Togo, where there was a dire need for the bike taxi segment to get access to affordable solution. And in a span of about 3 years, it spawned into a revolution of sorts. We are the largest electric mobility player in Africa, having deployed over 21,000 electric motorbikes, operating over 600 battery swap stations. And our first assembly manufacturing line has gone live in Kenya, the second one going live in Nigeria. And we have crossed over 13 million battery swaps, which basically equates to 325 million kilometers driven by the Boda drivers. And all of this 325 million is emission free. In Africa, as we speak, we are building this entire vertically integrated value chain with a very strong emphasis on technology, similar to a technology operating system as your iPhone.
Have you had pushback from any governments that are reluctant to adopt this model, because there's a lot of money to be made in fuel, in traditional fuel, and a lot of governments are making money out of this. So has it been tough to get this incorporated in the plans? Countries like Rwanda and others are more open, I feel, to some of these technologies, but others, challenges?
So on the contrary, governments are opening up and embracing cleaner solutions. And electric mobility is at the core of their strategic agenda for 2 reasons. Africa is short on refined products. So governments are actually importing fossil fuels. That is, one, impacting their exchequer in terms of currency. You're paying in dollars. And 2, you are creating a secondary challenge around emissions, carcinogens, which is impacting the health of the citizens. Access to clean air is a basic SDG goal. Rwanda is a classic case which has come out with a mandate. A mandate, it's a bold move, where they are saying that from Jan 2025 onwards, there will be no registration of new combustion engine vehicles. Now that is on the back of Ethiopia doing the same mandate. So I would be surprised if other governments don't follow suit. So they want to create more jobs, high-tech jobs, so governments are embracing innovation, and e-mobility is one of the vehicles to drive innovation.
I mean, is the lack of electricity in many countries, is that also a challenge to overcome, where a lot of people find you got the battery swaps, but going into rural areas where distances are pretty far, and maybe there's not an opportunity to set up a battery swap station, how do they charge if they don't have electricity?
So great question, and this is a live example of what we are experiencing in Nigeria, where there could be variability in electricity supply. So therefore, one has to be very creative about a range of solutions that you offer to the customer. So Spiro offers battery swap, fast charging, and also home charging kits to the drivers. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is you'll need to figure out alternative energy storage solutions that during the intermittency or during when electricity is off, you have portable storage solutions to charge the batteries, right, which the driver can use. That's 2. 3, there could be alternative ways, for example, integrating solar, bespoke solar, mini grids to operate your energy infrastructure. To make sure that you are mitigating intermittency. It is a problem, but again, it's all the industry to figure out innovative solutions which are cost effective as well.
So you see this growing across the continent, and it's never going to get less.
No.
Because there are countries outside of Africa that are even talking about having less electric vehicles, because an issue with the batteries in recycling them or getting rid of them. How long does the battery life last on some of these on some of the electric vehicles?
So I'm of the view that e-mobility and the battery technology is only going to improve from here. The energy density of the battery continues to improve. Efficiency of the batteries continue to improve. And as a matter of fact, Spiro is already on the lead in recycling the batteries. We've got multiple partnerships where the battery that could last it depends on how much you're using a battery, right? If you're driving 150 to 200 kilometers a day, our batteries will last 4 years. But if you're driving 50 kilometers a day, it'll last 10 years. That's primary life. Then the battery goes into secondary life. You can power this room with electricity with secondary batteries that come off primary life. And tertiary life is about recycling, where you actually taking the battery to a recycling company for salvaging the raw materials. So an entire battery value chain, Spiro wants to make sure that we are participating very actively.
I would love to talk forever on this because it's fascinating. But Kaushik, thank you very much. We've run out of time. Really appreciate you coming on set. I hope you continue to inspire loads of people and enjoy the rest of the networking here.
Thank you, Salim, so much.
Thank you.
You.